you want to talk about special inside this building. The 39 right there.
From 2010 to 2013, we saw the most dominant run. We're seeing part 2 of that. Give me Logan CV to go back-to-back and continue the legacy.
Will the move happen in 3 and 4? He's going to put the bomb. Here we go. His determined effort to repeat as Chili Bowl champion is on its way as he wins.
That hit me. Yeah, if people weren't watching us, they sure are now, and hopefully that made a few more guys nervous for tomorrow.
Sure. You're the best guy here.
A lot of questions coming into this week. Would they have the same momentum? Would they have the same speed? We figured that out pretty quick on Monday night.
Two-time Chili Bowl champion, Logan Seavey.
Logan Seavey is starting to get on a roll in this building that's awfully familiar. The guy who now wrenches on his car, Kevin Swindell. And just like a year ago, it's a party with Swindell Speed Lab.
Can you explain like what last year meant to you to start off?
I mean, not really, right?
Last year was neat just because it's, you know, when you're in control of everything, it's it just means more, I think, regardless of how you do it, especially when it's kind of you're getting to boost someone else's career in the process is neat. So
honestly, it was just a huge relief. You know, when you finally check off a bucket list race, winning this race is top of the list for me by far.
Everything from now on, I think, is just controlling what we can control. You know, I think you're just putting yourself in the best position, and some of this stuff kind of plays out how it does. And
easier said than done, I guess. But clearly, it's a race that momentum seems to help. If you look at the banners over there, a lot of names are back-to-back in the last 10 or 12 years. And so when your car's good, you don't have to force issues, and that's where you get yourself in trouble in this building, is when you're rushing, or you know, you got an 8-lap heat. It sounds like a really short amount of time, but when your car's good, you can just go by 1 or 2 a lap. You know, it's just not that big of a rush as it seems, and that's where you see you guys get in trouble.
You know, I think I just try to remind him that as long as we're in the first few rows of that prelim feature, I think we can win from there. So it's just a matter of having a car still rolling and ready to go by the time the feature is, and being in a decent position, and you know, just getting your car in the right spot.
You just got to stay focused and do your job, and hope that everything lines up.
Car number. 32 for the 39.
Hopefully a third of a late one.
I don't ever really want to be off the second row. It's just danger.
Right.
Welcome back to our coverage of the 38th Annual Chili Bowl Nationals live here on Flow Racing.
I am pumped for Friday. I mean, you look at the list of drivers, and I know we touched on it, but wow, like what a field of drivers we have here.
It is the largest field of cars of the week, and we're standing up here in the staging area as Heat Races get set to roll out with none other than the defending Friday night prelim winner and Chili Bowl champion, Logan Seavey. First and foremost, Logan, we talked to Clinton earlier, and he said hasn't been the easiest week for you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, not the best. I've just been struggling to eat and just a little low energy today, but no big deal. We're here to race and get the job done, and yeah, not too worried about it now at this point. I felt great there in hot laps. Kevin's given me a great car, so that's in the past, and we're looking to win us a prelim night.
You obviously spent the last 365 days as the defending Chili Bowl winner and living up to everything it means to have won this race. Now that you're here, what's the attitude been like for you in your attempt to go back-to-back?
Yeah, just confident, really, you know, confident in my car, knowing what we have to bring to the track this week, and just knowing the speed we have, and then, you know, we showed it there on Monday. So, yeah, just confident, just got to have a nice, smooth prelim night. Don't have to do anything crazy, but just stay out of trouble, make sure, you know, this car will get its way to the front eventually. So, you know, I'm not too worried about where we end up or where we land. Just need to, you know, not get myself out of the race. And as long as we're in the race, I think we got a shot.
Track's been really good all week, but a little bit different each night. Do you feel like with the minor differences that you'll see tonight from the Race of Champions on Monday night, is that going to cause for any major changes to the race car, you think?
Yeah, you know, you never know. The track's changed every night. The cushion's been really big every night, and it's been pretty technical. So it's really good. I like the way it's been looking, and I'm just excited to get going. It's already building a pretty little nice little edge there in hot laps. And that was the first session, and already, you know, was trying to, and We were down in the 10s in the first session, so it's got a lot of grip tonight, and not ideal when you're in an early heat, but got a gasser, Ted in front of us. I know he's going to get going, and hopefully, get going in line with him, and then, see if I can go by him for the lead. But you never know, these things, anything can happen. Just got to get a smooth first couple laps and get settled in, and then go from there.
Logan Seavey isn't going to have to watch any heat races before he gets out there for his. He'll be up in the first heat race of the night in the 39.
All three of us think that Logan is really, really well set up tonight, not just from where he is starting here in heat race number 1, but the package he has and his ability, along with the crew's ability, to adjust to any circumstance or situation that this racetrack or this race night might throw at him.
We go heat racing here. First order of business is to figure out who's going to lock into the top 40 in passing points. That'll put them into a Toyota qualifier. Here's your lineup for heat race number 1 with Luke Hall and Tyler Edwards. Ted on the outside of front row number 1. Steve Gresham and Logan Seavey. The defense starts here for Seavey on the outside of row 2.
4-2 is worth 103, and that's almost always front row of a qualifier the way it's been, first or second row of that. If he goes 4-3, that's 91. He's still there. 4-4 worth 79. And as far as this night's concerned, 79 always above the cut line to get into the qualifier, but not in a great position, as we're green on the racetrack.
Didn't take long for Logan to find the extreme high side entry into 1. Shoots his second, but this is where it's going to get tough. Tyler Edwards is a really good race car driver. Mounts out, brings a really good program down here to the Chili Bowl.
I was going to say, these two already starting to pull away just a little bit. Seavey just trying to size up Tyler Edwards right now on this juiced up racetrack. Seavey skates a little bit high. Caution flag is out for the first time. It's the 41W of Brad Wyatt.
I feel like he maybe went to work on his shock steer a little bit. He started off, you could tell, super free and skating just a little bit, which you have to do to be safe and go kind of up above what the cushion would be. Now that he's in second, you can go a little bit more on attack mode. You feel free to put a little more grip in your race car and have at it.
Good restart for Tyler Edwards, who continues to pace the field, and that mounts out 56, but Seavey is starting to get it figured out, and the caution flag's out. Still 7 laps to go. Tyler Edwards, Logan Seavey, Luke Hall, Stuart Snyder, Steve Gresham, your top 5. Let's see what Seavey can figure out here to go 4-1 in this opening heat race. Tyler Edwards back underway.
I think it's Tyler Edwards' race to lose at this point. He makes really clean, consistent laps. I just don't see how Logan's going to have the speed to just drive right by him.
Have to make a mistake with Edwards, and he may have made one there. Little high off exit. He gets it back figured out on the bottom in 1 and 2. Seavey just hounding his prey at this point, waiting for Tyler Edwards to maybe make a mistake. Leaves a little bit of a lane on the bottom. Seavey doesn't take advantage there.
He's got the car to pass him. The question is, does the circumstance come up at this point for Logan Seavey, who's going to arc it in a little bit higher, and you can see he can drive that car off a half groove lower. But if Edwards can continue making good laps in front of him, just might not be the time for Logan to get by.
He's going to open up his entry. Logan Seavey going to try to get it back toward the bottom. Oh, he's there. A little bit of contact.
Logan just waiting on him to hit the berm a little bit one time on entry here, and that'll bounce him out of the groove. And there's a little opening. Logan wasn't able to capitalize.
2 to go this time by. And Luke Hall is creeping into the picture as well. Seavey this time all over the back end of Tyler Edwards. Edwards trying to keep that car pinned on the bottom. White flag is in the air. Seavey's going to have one final shot.
4-2 is still going to be a perfectly decent score for Logan here, as he'll come off the bottom. One more run, but Tyler Edwards hangs on. 2-1 for him. Seavey in second. Long ways back before you see Luke Hall, Stuart Snyder, and Tyler Robbins rounding out your top 5. So Edwards 105, Seavey 103 is how we will start this.
And that's veteran, too, of Logan Seavey to not force the issue and get yourself in a trouble spot,
We're fine. Yeah, no, we're totally good. We're second round qualifier. Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, where are you going to go? You got somebody good enough to not mess up.
I think if it just went straight, he kind of had time to adjust himself a little bit on the yellow.
Take a breath. Look at
it.
the track. Yeah, I can make some speed up in 1 and 2, but then
so it takes so long to get in. By the time you catch back, you know what I mean? Like it's like by the time you get back to the center, the momentum doesn't even get you. And then he would hang it just enough to where you couldn't
go around him. But then knock the cushion down. You maybe can get up and carry, but you just have to hit it.
Kind of pick up just that one time.
Yeah, second row. It should put a second row in qualifier.
It is time for qualifier number 3. Moving down the ramp, lineup looks like this. Tad Holloman and Shane Cottle, Ronnie Gardner and Logan Seavey, Tyler Edwards and Ryan Timms.
Big opportunity for Seavey. Obviously, everybody pointed at him as the guy coming in, but just the way those heat races kind of panned out, wasn't really in the top 4 in terms of the points. So if he can win this one, I would assume would give him a solid opportunity to chase his title defense.
Second row, crew chief and driver, Silver Crown.
That's right.
Indeed.
Yep. Let's see what happens with Ronnie Gardner and Logan Seavey there in the second row. Back under the green flag we go. Qualifier number 2 is underway.
Logan's going to love that start on the outside until he jumps the cushion coming out of the corner, and Ryan Timms gets him. So Seavey going to have to settle down and now come forward. Ryan Timms, the 67 car, trying to carve through this field. 3 wide for the blink of an eye. Still 3 wide at the exit of the corner as Edwards trying to get involved.
They're almost 4 wide. They're off at 2. Everything settles down a little bit as Seavey's just trying to get his legs up underneath him here and get back into a rhythm. Down to the bottom, he'll take the line away from Tyler Edwards, but Edwards trying to muscle his way through. Seavey now dispatches Holloman, but Ryan Timms was able to escape through all of that, and Timms is now up into the 3rd spot. Timms off the berm, short slider, went to the top side. Here comes Logan Seavey as Ronnie Gardner paces in that 2nd spot. Cottle is gone already, about a 5-car length lead as here comes Seavey with the slider into 1 and 2. He'll take over 3rd.
You almost see the desperation starting to grow a little bit in Logan Seavey as, okay, 4-2 in the heat race is fine, but 4-4 in the qualifier, that's problems. As he has to work downstairs now to hold off Edwards. He's going after Gardner coming out of turn number 2. And Edwards a big run at him coming into 3.
He got up on the berm big time last time around on the 3 and 4 side of things. As Seavey now will go top shelf in 1 and 2 right behind Ronnie Gardner. But the laps are winding down and Logan Seavey's got to reel in at least Gardner here to salvage some points.
He'll make a big run coming off the corner. Gardner did not have a good exit to the bottom of that turn. As Seavey is through and at least into 3rd, but he needs to get Timms if he can. As we're coming into 2 to go, Shane Cottle trying to get away from everybody. Timms is closing on him. Door opening for Seavey as Timms makes the bid for the lead.
Yeah, he caught him in a hurry and got the slide job to stick in 1 and 2. Will protect the bottom in 3 and 4. So now Shane Cottle, you got company Logan Seavey. 3-car battle at the front. Seavey going for 2nd on the white flag lap across the nose of Cottle.
And he stuck it. Here comes Cottle trying to make the crossover, but Seavey's going to get low and protected. 4-2 for Seavey, 6-1 for Timms, and Ryan Timms making his bid for High Point guy coming out of that race. It's him, Seavey, Cottle, Edwards, Gardner.
And lost in that camera shot. Timms nearly stalled it on the cushion there coming to the checkered flag, was able to hang on, but you're right. 6-1 for Timms. Seavey salvages a 4-2.
I was worried for Logan there for a while, and then I felt like there those last 3 or 4 laps, we kind of saw the 39 that we're used to seeing, and looking at the lap times even was 2/10 better there. So maybe Logan was just biding his time there a little bit. I know he's been under the weather kind of all week, so this is going to be like the Michael Jordan flu game.
Oh boy,
Logan. So
the only thing I need to not do for the whole race is get time number 1. Leading on lap 2. Just slid into it a little too hard. I thought I'd get like gassing into the turn and just
We transition from the party to the party on the racetrack. A main event time here on the Friday night show. Your grid for the main: Ryan Timms, Justin Grant on row number 1, Andrew Felker and Darren Pittman on row 2, Steven Snyder Jr., Bryant Wiedemann on row number 3, Logan Seavey, the defending champion, next to 100% Hunter Schurenberg in row 4.
Looked like all they did was just try to knock the curb off of 3 and 4.
Right.
Yeah, 1 and 2 didn't look like they touched it. Like nothing's even scrambled out there. This looks like they tried to blade it again and trim it to knock the edge off, get into 3. Take a breath. You'll be fine.
Yeah, we're good. 20 fast. I'll be alright.
I ain't worried about it.
Maybe needed.
Hey, be the show, not a highlight reel, okay?
Got it.
Hi, Kevin. Do you got your phone on you too?
Want me to call him?
Yeah, they're gonna check you for. You don't have no iPhone, do you? Holy he just grabbed me. Hey, Logan said he put on his balls if you want to check those.
You want me to check them?
I
know it didn't look like it was a dominant performance like we saw a year ago. Logan Seavey not feeling too hot tonight, but Kevin Swindell's got that thing tuned up. Give him from the 7th starting spot. Logan Seavey challenges back to the front, challenges Grant for the win, and does it, goes back-to-back here in 2024.
You're a bitch. That was my pick.
Wow.
That was my pick.
It's not like you should have told me who you were picking.
Friday night at the bowl time, guys. Final preliminary main at a corner number 4. This one underway with Ryan Timms and Justin Grant.
Down to turn 1 and 2. It's going to be Timms on the bottom, Grant up on top. Here comes Felker's going to shoot the gap. He'll take over second. Steven Snyder Jr. is there on the bottom. Lap 1, give it to Ryan Timms.
Good side-by-side racing for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Oh, we got one turned around on the front straightaway coming to a stop, and that's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But it's been all Ryan Timms at the start of this one. Felker, Steven Snyder Jr., Justin Grant, Darren Pittman, your top 5. Wiedemann and Logan Seavey rounding out your top 7. So Logan hasn't gone anywhere. Started 7th, running 7th. Trying to get a rhythm going here. Still plenty of time. 26 to go. Down the hill they go. And Timms leads it back to green.
This time, Snyder going up top in 1 and 2. Big run on Felker down the back straightaway. Steven Snyder Jr. front end flies on him, trying to settle it back down. He's got 2nd on the restart from Felker.
He is not afraid to attack the top side of this racetrack. I mean, flirting with disaster there, but it's starting to work. Tight up top there in 3 and 4, but Steven Snyder Jr. is keeping pace. Crossover move, slider for the lead here with 24 to go.
Timms must have had a signal guy saying time to get up. Well, he got up in 1. Snyder trying to take advantage of it, trying to drive around him in 3. They'll exchange moves coming off the corner. Drag race down to the line as Felker getting back involved. Timms trying to get low to block, kind of got hung up in Never Never Land in the middle. Here's Snyder looking down as Timms now wheelies going into the corner.
And a really good bottom-sided slider across the nose of Ryan Timms, and your new leader here with 22 to go, Steven Snyder Jr. Here comes Felker for 2nd, poking the nose.
Andrew Felker thinking about locking into the A main event, running the low side here with a lot of time left. And guys, Justin Grant is entering the chat.
Yep, and Justin Grant is not going to waste any time trying to get through traffic here. He wants the top spot as Felker and Ryan Timms continue to battle for 2nd. Felker to the low side, Timms on the outside, Grant creeping in the picture. Oh, big mistake there for Steven Snyder Jr. Jumped the cushion off of 3 and 4, and here goes Andrew Felker to the front.
Andrew Felker looking to be the 3rd different leader in this within the first 11 laps of this race. Off the bottom, can't quite hold it. Snyder down, puts the big block on Felker. Going into 1, it's Timms time coming back at him around the top of turn number 2.
Big defensive move from Steven Snyder Jr. Now he is on defense mode as here comes Andrew Felker along the inside of Timms. He'll put Timms back to 3rd. Grant's still there in 4th, watching these guys duke it out.
Top of turn number 2 is providing a lot of momentum for Ryan Timms and for Justin Grant coming off the turn. It's Timms at the line, motors ahead of Felker, trying to catch Snyder, who's down on the bottom as well. Coming out of the 2nd corner, Felker and Timms side by side for 2nd, approaching halfway rapidly.
Yeah, they are just knocking away from each other. This is a heck of a battle here for 2nd, and Logan Seavey was able to clear Wiedemann for 5th, and he's slowly catching Justin Grant. As you continue to look, there's Seavey, so he got around Bryant Wiedemann, and Seavey now's got the 39, starting to rip around the outside, but back up to the front. Timms is not done. He wants the top spot back off of 2.
Off of turn number 2 and back up into a head. Ryan Timms, can he hold the momentum? He'll make a good exit to corner number 4. Timms back in the lead. Snyder shuffled to 2nd. Here's Grant in 3rd, following Timms up and around to the high side, looking for 2 off of turn 2.
And don't look now, Jace Park, you're going to be hidden, the first to be swallowed up from these leaders as here comes Logan Seavey. Seavey to the outside of Felker. The 39 car's been ripping the top the last 3 or 4 laps, and he's caught this battle at the front. Looking for 4th, he's got it. Now he wants 3rd. He'll short slide to the bottom of the racetrack. Logan Seavey now up to P3.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon all of a sudden 5 laps ago. Seavey up into 3rd. Snyder trying to take it back from the bottom. Seavey looking to cross him over, getting into 3, shows him the right rear to the corner, coming across the nose of Grant as well for 2nd.
Logan Seavey from 7th now has found his rhythm up to 2nd, and now he's got his sights set on Ryan Timms, who's encountering lap traffic. Grant's going to follow suit into 3rd. here they come, the two Friday night stalwarts trying to track down the young gun in Timms.
Logan Seavey down to 10 to go, trying to roll him in, putting a lap up and around Hunter Schurenberg. The difference between him and Timms, 1.25 the last time by. There's Timms crossing the line, Seavey crossing the line, and he made up 0.4 of a second that time by.
Yeah, Timms is really having trouble trying to get around Jace Park, who's right in his lane at the top side of the racetrack. Here it comes into view. Logan Seavey is there. Ryan Timms, you've got company into turn 1 and 2.
There's Seavey showing him the first wheel coming out of the second corner. Timms versus Seavey as they roll into 3. Timms got to figure out how to get through 3 and 4 better and clear the traffic ahead of him as Seavey, just a couple of car lengths back, dives to the bottom in 1 and 2.
Tries to thread the needle. Ryan Timms able to keep his foot in it. Logan Seavey will go on attack mode once again to 3 and 4. Jace Park, lap traffic side by side up ahead. What does the Logan Seavey do? Contact on the front straightaway. Logan Seavey to the bottom as Timms sleds the needle. There's no Seavey through the middle.
And here comes Grant getting into the picture as well. Justin Grant coming up to the back bumper of Logan Seavey as we're down to just 5 laps to go. Ryan Timms under assault. Logan Seavey and Justin Grant trying to get through traffic to get to your race leader.
Oh, this top side is absolutely gnarly in 1 and 2 as you look at Logan Seavey right up to the back tail tank of Ryan Timms. Will he pull the move in 1 and 2? He does. Oh, Justin Grant upside down on the front straightaway running 3rd.
That same wreck we've seen up and along the front stretch a couple of times bites Justin Grant, running 3rd with 5 laps to go in this one.
And the person that didn't want to see that more than anyone was Seavey. He just threw his bomb on Ryan Timms and it is stuck.
Saw him, Felker, and Timms all jockeying for the top spot until Logan Seavey just said, hey guys, don't forget about me. The defending champ is here. Crowd coming to its feet. Hard Rock Casino qualifying night, the final preliminary event of the Chili Bowl. It'll be a 5-lap shootout between Ryan Timms, Logan Seavey, Steven Snyder Jr., Andrew Felker, and Bryant Wiedemann. Through turn number 3 and 4, who's gonna take the prelim win? We'll find out in 5 laps.
Seavey swings way up top, brings it back down to the bottom. Snyder Jr. is going to have a door to step through on the low side of the racetrack here.
Guys, it's going to be interesting. Snyder may have been beside Seavey on that restart.
Oh, up on the bike goes Ryan Timms, and here comes Logan Seavey. 4 to go, this time by Seavey. Short slider across the nose. Will he complete it? He will. And the caution is out. We've got a parking lot in 3. We've got experience. We've got championship aspirations. Ryan Timms, Logan Seavey, Andrew Felker, Bryant Wiedemann, and Steven Snyder Jr. back underway Friday night, 5 to go.
Logan goes low to high this time into turn number 1. He's risking Felker down on the bottom of turn number 2. Got her wound back up, steps to the high side as Timms a little tight up there. Same for Logan, and Felker takes 2nd.
Andrew Felker catfishing on the bottom, looking for a lock-in spot. Seavey gets it wound back up in 1 and 2. Even in 3 and 4, tied up on the cushion on entry. And here we come, 3 laps to go. It's still a battle for 2nd as Ryan Timms begins to pull away.
Timms trying to use this to his advantage. A better 1 and 2 from Seavey that time. They're coming into 2 to go, Chris. Seavey's got some ground to make up on Timms coming off the corner.
Yeah, the slider line in 1 and 2 that Timms is running is going to be almost impossible for Logan to pass him on. It's just a full block, and you're not going to be able to get any sort of run and turn down on him.
Will the move happen in 3 and 4? He's going to put the bomb. Here we go. White flag is in the air. Logan Seavey. Crossover move for Ryan Timms. Seavey, short slider himself off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. He dominated a year ago on Friday night, and his determined effort to repeat as Chili Bowl champion is on its way as he wins the Hard Rock qualifying night here on Friday. Logan Seavey does it again from 7th.
Clinton, that was like the one chance, right?
Yeah.
That was, if he didn't make that, it was done.
Ryan Timms needs a little credit here also. He ran a great race. And those two ran so clean with each other. I think Logan Seavey's speed and just ability behind that race car was too much.
Vintage Chili Bowl as the Rowdies are on their feet for Logan Seavey, who, like I mentioned, dominated a year ago. It wasn't pretty. He wasn't feeling well. Told us in pre-race here this afternoon, saying, but it's race day and I got to do what I got to do to get it done, and he did just that. 7th to 1st, and Logan Seavey is going to be back to defend his Chili Bowl Nationals title.
Guys, 5 for 5 on fantastic A-main events on the prelim nights. Last night, the only one where the lead wasn't, really challenged over it, but the racing into behind it was absolutely dynamic. Tonight, the race for the lead, 4 different race leaders over the course of that thing, and a last lap pass or a coming to the white flag pass for the win. Oh boy.
And an 18th to 5th for Emerson Axum.
Massive. I'll tell you what, there's a ton of guys that deserve a lot of credit here, and we're going to get a chance to diagnose that in the post-race show. But wow, Friday night, you lived up to every expectation and then some here in this A-main event. We need to get things down to the house so we can celebrate with Logan Seavey coming out of the race car.
Logan, I can't believe it.
That hit me. And making his way to the victory stage, Logan Seavey. Wow. I think that's all you can say about that race. Logan, early in the race, the first third of the race, you're back floating around 6th. What changed and what did you find that propelled you to the front?
Just really trying to be patient. I keep saying it, and I was actually too patient earlier and got myself in trouble in the qualifier. And they were just side by side in front of me, and I knew eventually, once we got a few green flag laps, that I could get going. And when you're on the top like that, you need more than one at a time. And we kept getting cautions, and it was killing me, and kind of hurt me every single time. With their 5 to cross the line to get that split caution really changes it. But man, I'm just driving good race cars, so I can be patient. I've been doing it all year. I keep saying it, but I've been doing it all year with the Advocates guys. We start 6th, 7th, 8th, and we pick our way through. So I never lose confidence. We knew that if we were in the race tonight, we had a shot to win, and we showed it there. To come from 7th, and like you said, we're probably 5th or so at the midway point of the race. At one point, I looked up, it was 18 laps in, and I still wasn't quite there. And I just really got going and got my speed going and started putting them away. But it just takes a good race car. There's nothing more I could say. If you didn't have a good race car, you can't car through the field like that.
Take me through those last 2 laps where you're kind of falling on the high side. Was it something that maybe you had planned that I got to wait until that last lap, or is it just, hey, the door opened right there and you took your shot and it landed?
I wish I could say I was waiting. It's just hard, like I said, on restarts. Your tires cool off, and he's protecting, and I have to protect. And Felker starts rolling by us on the bottom. And, man, I thought at one point, if we kept messing up, Felker was going to, cruise by and win that thing. But, yeah, it's just like I said, restarts are hard to get speed going. And he kept biking, and I kept having to get tight behind him. And straightaway cushions were insane. I don't know how many ladders, even in my race car, we were all just smashing the straightaway wall. And I'm sure that's what caused a lot of those cautions. But I'm honestly exhausted. I haven't eaten in about 3 days, and that's not the racetrack you want to run when you're worn out. So I had to, take some deep breaths under the yellows and shrug it off and go back there and pound the fence for a few more laps. And I honestly didn't even see the white. They come off a 4 trying to get a run to protect into 1, and I looked left and it was a checkered, and man, that sure made it a little easier.
How good are you feeling going into tomorrow, knowing that tonight, really, really deep qualifying field, and you're able to drive from the 4th row to victory lane?
Yeah, like I keep saying, it's just confidence, right? I think I could have ran 5th tonight and started, and wherever that puts me in the B, and I would have been just as confident that I can win tomorrow. And it just doesn't change when you're in good car, like I just said and showed there. Our stuff can carve through these guys, and especially with 55, you can start wherever you want. And obviously, I'd want to start close to the front, and we got that done tonight.
You're in tomorrow night. Defend the crown. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can't say enough about this team and everybody that supports us. I know the Bergchain family's here, and a ton of sponsors that I met this week are all here, and I'm glad we can put them in victory lane. And yeah, if people weren't watching us, they sure are now, and hopefully that made a few more guys nervous for tomorrow.
Last lap pass for the win. Tulsa makes some noise for Logan Seavey.
The 5 for conservation.
Logan Seavey, I love it. Want to make it official? The 1. The 1 for Logan Seavey. Tony Bachhoven, Randy Ward, Brian Holbert. Our draw is complete. Pole shuffle tomorrow.
Handed me the peach or the right from up front.
Yeah, that's what I said last time. Because after the Saturday deal, it's like an hour. I'm like, no one's gonna bring me a drink in this place. I'm sitting in here forever.
The podium is so bittersweet that like you gotta do all the press, everything, but like, all right, now go run the big main tomorrow. You get 20 laps to run before the 55 laps.
Yeah, I think it's 25.
Is it 25?
It's not full feature, I think.
But Dad, I can't run that many laps.
You can run 70, 80 laps.
You want to trade? You can run the extra lap, and then you can start wherever I'm supposed to start. We'll just swap.
How confident are you in that car right now?
Yeah, just as confident as I have been all week. I knew if I could just get myself, somewhat close to the front in the race, I was fine. And I was too patient in the qualifier. I went way too easy into one, got super, super tight, and lost a bunch of spots. And that was like the only thing I needed to not do in that race to not get myself in trouble. And I did. And luckily, I was able to fight back to get to fourth and save our race. And then start seventh there. And it took me probably till about halfway before people kind of settled in and I could really start passing guys. And it doesn't matter even how confident you are. It's you still have a good race car and make good laps and make good decisions when you get chances to pass guys. You got to put them away and get away from them. And that cushion was about as tricky as we've seen all week. Last night was really big and technical, and tonight was just solid. It was grabbing guys, and I think it was so low that it would like throw you at the straightaway cushions on exit, and you'd hit the straightaway wall really hard, and it took out Justin Grant, a favorite for the night. It took him out. Could have grabbed any of us like that. One of the best guys crashed on it. So, just feel fortunate that I could keep her going straight down the straightaway.
Logan and Ryan, the new pole shuffle format, do you guys have opinions on it? It's a time trial qualifying deal. Are you guys cool with that?
Is it qualifying?
That's my understanding.
I kind of heard a rumor, but I never looked it up.
They're going to send 2 out at a time. The fastest guy sticks around.
Cool.
Next guy's pushed off. 2 more. Fast guy sticks around, so you can kind of build it. I think they're going to do 2 warm-up laps, 2 timed laps, and then you're done.
Cool. I think it's cool, personally. I mean, I've seen people do it. I think personally, I like it a little bit better than the race. It's really hard to get 2 lines. Kind of saw it last year. Everybody just went to the bottom, and I was luckily on the very last session, the top just got cleaned off enough to where I was able to go by 1 car. But I just think it's hard to get racing with 2 laps. And everybody knows where to go. You got the best cars in the field to go 2 laps. The head-to-head didn't work great either. It was the same thing. Guy got out front and got away. And I personally love to watch qualifying. So if I was a fan, I would love this. I think it's the best way to do it. Works out for me because I can only lose 1 spot since I'm on the pole. Last year, if you're on the pole, you can go all the way to 4th. So a little bit of a relief there. I'm guaranteed to be on the pole, but also a little bit of an advantage to the guy that just come off the track. So you might see some guys rip through the field, guys like Thorson or something. They don't really have to race. If their car's fast, they can just go by them at, you can go 8th to 1st or whatever it is. So 10th to 1st, I don't even know. But I think it's great. I think it's going to be exciting. I think you will see some guys go by, gain a lot of positions and, may even be an advantage for guys out there, get their tires hot, see the track, if there's a cushion, know how to run the cushion. May not be an advantage to go late.
Caught word of a change to the pole shuffle a little bit later on. Last night we thought it was going to be one way, and today we understand it's going to be different. It will not be the traditional 4-on-4 racing that we have seen for the last few years.
No, it's going to go head-to-head qualifying, and the fastest of the 2 cars will advance on.
I mean, I think so, yeah. The more heat you get in your tire, definitely the better it's going to work. We got, cool outside, fans are blowing inside the building. So, get a little heat in your tire, you're going to be better for it.
Does not, 12.395. Kofoid, final try, 12.033.
Wow.
Carrick gonna have to improve by 2/10 through the turn. Does not. Kofoid will be on the front row. Will he be on the pole or will he be outside? As it is Seavey versus Kofoid for the pole of the 38th annual Chili Bowl main event.
For the pole and potentially a precursor of what's to come in tonight's 55-lapper, Logan Seavey, Friday night feature winner, gonna get the 39 wound up first with the victory fuel on the side. Buddy Kofoid, Mobile One colors, in behind, who has a big bike here as they come to the green flag. It'll be Seavey who sees it first. Kofoid, tire temperature to his advantage, but Logan Seavey has a problem in turn 2. That'll throw away lap number 1.
Kofoid's lap number 1 makes me a throwaway too. He dropped the wheels in 1 and 2 and tossed them over. So both of these guys are going to be way better lap on number 2.
12.9 for CV, 12.4 for Kofoid. So Kofoid has the early lead here. Let's see lap number 2 for Logan CV. He's across at 12.337. Kofoid going to come through 12.302. So CV's got to improve here on lap number 3. Checkered flag for Logan. And he didn't. Michael Buddy Kofoid will be the pole sitter for the Chili Bowl main event tonight as he wins the Do It for Grady pole shuffle. Kofoid throws the gauntlet down, that's for sure, although Logan, outside row number 1, not a bad place to be.
And 55 laps as a changing track we will get for sure. Buddy Kofoid, your pole sitter for the 38th Chili Bowl Nationals presented by NOS Energy Drink.
Anybody that goes first is a huge advantage, especially when they don't let your team stay out there.
It's almost like they give you an extra out lap.
Right, or an extra time lap or something, yeah. They should give you some sort of advantage. You're at a huge disadvantage by pulling on the racetrack. That's fine.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, there is but one thing left to do, and that is to find out, are you ready for the Chili Bowl?
And ladies and gentlemen, here is your front row. On the outside of row number 1, from Sutter, California, driving the Kevin and Jordan Swindell, Mike Kurt, Bertrand Motorsports Spike, Stanton SR11, Swindell Speed Lab, Victory Fuel, car number 39. He's the defending Chili Bowl champion, Logan CV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chili Bowl Nationals at the SageNet Center. It is the Expo Raceway here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 38th annual Chili Bowl Nationals on Flow Racing, and it is a main event time here in the building.
Butterflies? I think so. The racing we've seen this week and so far tonight, phenomenal, and that leads me to believe this is going to be one of the most exciting Chili Bowls ever. From 2010 to 2013, we saw the most dominant run by a driver in this building, Kevin Swindell. He won 4 in a row. Now, in my opinion, we're seeing part 2 of that with Kevin Swindell, the owner and the crew chief. They did it last year, and I think I'm going to upset probably some of the guys in the booth with my early pick, but give me Logan CV to go back-to-back and continue the legacy that Kevin Swindell and his team have built here at the Chili Bowl.
You're the best guy here.
The drivers have buckled in. The helmets have been put on their heads, and I tell you what, this is when it gets quiet, Quentin Boyles.
Yep. Yeah, you're sitting out there alone with your thoughts, and you're just, thinking, how are these 55 laps going to go? You're thankful you're there. You're nervous that you're there. All of a sudden, the rowdies pick up the energy. Your nerves, your butterflies are picking up, and you're about to experience the best 55 laps the entire year of midget racing. And you want to talk about special inside this building. The 39 right there. I mean, you don't need to say much about the history of the 39 inside this building, and the history continues to be written every single year.
The combination of the Swindell Speed Lab along with the Bertrand Motorsports power that you've got going here. Logan said it the other night. He feels like he's got the greatest of all time in this building in his corner in Kevin Swindell, paired with the insane talent that he carries. The 39 has got to be one of the odds-on favorites, and I'll bet you people got some money down on him.
Guys, there's a 25th car on the racetrack right now. Another number 63. The dueling machine car that won with Brian Clausen behind the wheel here at the Chili Bowl Nationals. Piloted now by Emmett Hahn, and he will pace the field in this 63.
Terry Maddox gives him the 1-to-go signal. 55 laps to immortality for one driver whose Chili Bowl dreams may be realized. Will it be a continuation of a recent dominance by Logan CV? Will it be an underdog finding his home here in Tulsa in Hank Davis? Dudley's ready to go as the fans begin to rise on their feet. 55 laps of the Chili Bowl A-Main off of corner number 4 is green.
Buddy Kofoid from the bottom through 1 and 2 with Logan Seavey in pursuit. Tucking down on the low side, Corey Day.
Oh, we got one upside down, guys.
And that's Michael Pickens on the top side of turn 3. Will quickly go under the caution flag early in this one.
A lot of hype. Let's try it again.
All right. You got to get your heart rate back down.
Give it the full meal deal here again.
I don't know if I can replicate that. We'll try.
Well, here. I got you.
Go ahead, Caleb.
All right. Into corner number 3. And out of corner number 4. Green flag, we go racing.
What a jump by Stevie to get ahead of Kofoid. He's going to be your early leader at the clubhouse here.
Off the high groove, Corey Day getting down through corner number 3. In fact, Corey Day about to sneak the spot around Buddy Kofoid. It's Day down on the bottom of Kofoid as they exit turn number 2 as Stevie sets the pace early.
Buddy on the top side trying to keep pace here. Here comes Corey Day, going to try to pin that car on the bottom. Got a little bit loose as Kofoid will retain the second spot. Your top 3 already starting to pull away. Tanner Carrick under fire from Hank Davis, who moves in the 3rd spot as here's your battle for the lead early in this one. 2 laps down, Logan Seavey leads.
And look at that, just like you predicted, Clinton Boyles, the top is already there for some of these drivers. Kofoid sticks a nose in down low down the back straightaway, follows Seavey through 3 and 4. Seavey on point, but Kofoid looking fast. Slider teed up in 1 and 2 for the lead.
Seavey going to try the crossover, but Buddy's got the front end hiked up on his 71 Toyota Mobile 1 machine as here comes Seavey to the bottom, but Buddy's going to have the advantage and lead that lap.
Kofoid leads lap number 5 and moving forward. Seavey
caution.
Going to try to pace him.
And it looks like over on the other side of the racetrack, Steven Snyder Jr. starting to come to a slowing halt in the Chase McDermott number 40.
This is big where that yellow flag came out, guys. Roll it back to the last completed lap, and Logan Seavey's going to get the lead back here.
Wow.
So Kofoid, not everybody completed the 5th lap. It'll be 4 down, and Seavey back to the point.
It's the battle a lot of us wanted to see a year ago. But then trouble struck Buddy Kofoid in his prelim night. We never got to see these two go mano-a-mano. Well, we've gotten that tonight, and we're only a handful of laps in.
You know Logan as well as anybody, Clinton. He's not an overthinker, is he?
No, not at all. Logan is just going to collect data the entire time he's out there, and I think you saw that if we paid attention, you know, during the on-car camera. Yes. And every lap, he just learned a little bit, and by the end of it, he's perfect and where he needs to be. So Logan just learning, logging laps, collecting data.
Slowly through turns 3 and 4, the RPMs begin to rise, and we're back underway. Seavey to the top, followed by Buddy Kofoid, opening the bottom and middle for Corey Day. Couldn't quite get it stuck that time by. He'll settle back into the 3rd spot as Tanner Carrick's got all sorts of company in the form of Hank Davis.
Davis doing a good job of rolling the bottom as the battle for the lead is back on out of turn number 2. Seavey with Kofoid. Kofoid messes up a little bit on the exit of the top side of 2. There's the big move in behind him. Carrick flashing in front of Davis, trying to hold the 4th position. And now Day with a move to the low side of Kofoid for 2nd. Kofoid turns him away out of the corner.
Showing the nose is Corey Day, the youngster, learning this racecraft. It's a long 55 laps as here comes Tanner Carrick in that 98 machine. Also, don't look now, Dason Persley up inside the top 10 and 9th from 20th.
Man, Dason is flying around this racetrack to the point where he's going to be a factor if he can keep his nose clean coming through. You're watching 4th and 5th, Tanner Carrick and Hank Davis duking it out for position. There's your lead 2, Logan Seavey and Buddy Kofoid, as Kofoid's starting to build up steam once again.
Yeah, last time by the gap was 2 car lengths. This time by the gap is 0.4 of a second. So about an even gap between your top 2, and then it's a little bit of a ways back to Corey Day, and they're still going after it for 4th between Tanner Carrick and Hank Davis. Starting to get a little bit of a gap between some of these drivers in the top 5, top 10 as Golubic fires one in there. Here comes Buddy Kofoid, another mounting attack here for the lead, here with 40 to go.
15 into this deal, and Logan Seavey pacing him, but Kofoid finding some rhythm. Gap stays about the same down the back straightaway. Kofoid carries some more speed into 3 and through the center of the corner, but messes up on corner entry, or corner exit, I should say, and Seavey will get away from him.
Who's going to get to lap traffic first? Right now, Logan Seavey can start to see the tail end of the field in his out the visor strip as they're about a half straightaway, and it's a full gaggle of cars.
We're just a little ways away from halfway here, Clinton.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the bottom side of 1 and 2 really clean off down there. We're seeing guys work it. We could see rubber before this one's all said and done.
if that's the case, who finds it first. But right now, we're watching Golovic trying to tackle and get around Tanner Carrick. Dason Persley waiting in the wings in 7th after starting 20th.
Carrick down low, Golovic up high, looking for some room as Seavey goes bouncing off the cushion, up high in turn number 2, but maintains his gap over Buddy Kofoid and now into the back of the field. Lap traffic looms in the form of Chase Briscoe.
Yeah, Briscoe's going to just stick it on the bottom, leaving the lane up top easy peasy for Logan Seavey. As here comes Buddy Kofoid, he's going to try and attempt at least poke his nose, see how off the cushion Kofoid is compared to Seavey.
Logan's going to be judging his speed off Briscoe right here. He just can't catch up to Chase Briscoe and sees that bottom side. These mistakes become more and more prominent. He's going to probably try to get in front of Briscoe here and jump to the bottom.
Inside 30 laps to go as they come off of turn number 4, halfway home.
Logan Seavey trying to get up and around Chase Briscoe. Looks like he's got him here at the apex of the corner. Now let's see if the strategy plays through. He'll stay up top for right now, but we'll see how quickly Logan looks to jump back down low, as now he's trying to close in. That's Cannon McIntosh looming ahead of him. Kofoid up and around Briscoe, and that's Corey Day in 3rd, starting to close in on the back of Buddy.
Corey's been doing a nice job just kind of biding his time, riding the cushion, hasn't made a lot of mistakes, and seeing what Buddy and Seavey are doing up ahead, and you're right, he's starting to close into the back end of Kofoid here. Top 3 completely gone from 4th place running Hank Davis.
Hank Davis is now having to deal with Dason Persley down on the bottom. Dason Persley, have a night, young man, as he works his way into 4th off the low side of the speedway. Persley now going to try to run down your top 3.
He's on the bottom in 1 and 2. Wonder if he found something down low as he continues now to pull away from Hank Davis.
30 laps in, guys, 25 to go. Kofoid after Seavey, and Seavey has now brought the car down in 1 and 2.
He feels it, guys. He's going to go to the bottom at 3 and 4 also. Buddy going to keep trying the high side. You got to try to make something happen.
Starting to get a very long ways away up there. And here's the tell, guys. Start to look at the right rear tire on Logan Seavey. Colors are changing on the rubber out there.
You see the grip he has coming off the corner, as well as Buddy Kofoid will go to the bottom in 3 and 4, but Seavey really starting to stretch it out as here comes Corey Day, still hammering the top, trying to get around Chase Briscoe. The lap car setting aside some Buddy Kofoid.
And now Kofoid's made the change, guys. He's got down to the bottom of the 3 and 4 as well. So it's Day up top, hiking the wheel and trying to make something happen, rolling down off the top side, and now he's going to pull her down in turns 1 and 2 himself.
And the majority of the field starting to migrate to the bottom side of this racetrack, so Logan Seavey found it first. Has Cannon McIntosh up ahead, the gap this time by 1.5 seconds over Michael Buddy Kofoid.
And now you take a look from the overhead view of Seavey coming into the back of the line in front of him.
Yeah, you can see the color on that right rear tire. Just look how easy he has to get into the corner. Trying not to, oh, we got one around, and that's Cannon McIntosh right in front of your leader, and that'll bring out the caution. So a long green flag run, and it's just 12 laps to go.
It'll be clean up front for a little while here, as Logan Seavey has led 1 through 42, and he will lead them on the restart coming to it. Lights out, guys. Seavey, 13 to go. Settle down gentle into turn number 1. Seavey trying to get away down the back straightaway. Chasing him is Kofoid, Day, Persley, and Davis. As in line we go. Got the lap complete. It's 12 laps left. Don't see anybody really stepping out of line anywhere in and through the field.
The screen's going to be on these guys the entire time, and you know Logan's going to peek left right there. Take a look, see the gap. He's going to manage that. We talk about how good Logan can manage dirt races in a midget, in a sprint car. Well, he's a Silver Crown champion. He knows how to manage these long races with rubber, tires, everything else. He's got to manage it for 3 more laps.
Now remember, peaking a few years ago, Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell got him in that process. You still got to focus on what's in front of you if you're Logan Seavey, and that's making good corners as we're down to 2 laps left.
He's looking at the screen. He saw Buddy closer right there.
Back straight away to the white flag. Final time around, this time by for Logan Seavey as he rolls into corner number 1. Kofoid close enough, but not there. Back straight away for the final time, into 3, and out of corner number 4, 2-time Chili Bowl champion Logan Seavey. Buddy Kofoid 2nd, and Corey Day 3rd.
What a run for Kevin and Jordan Swindell. Logan CV, the entire team, as competitors give the thumbs up to Logan CV, a two-time Chili Bowl champion. A lot of questions coming into today, or coming into this week. Would they have the same momentum? Would they have the same speed with a new right rear tire? We figured that out pretty quick on Monday night. Didn't matter what kind of racetrack we've had over the course of the week, whether it was Monday night's Race of Champions, Friday night's preliminary event, and of course tonight, Logan CV is starting to get on a roll in this building that's awfully familiar of the guy who now wrenches on his car, Kevin Swindell.
4 times as a driver, now 2 times as a car owner.
That's a sweep, huh, guys?
Full sweep.
Race of Champions prelim night and main event, led every lap of the main event tonight.
Buddy Kofoid's going to play this over in his head. You know, what happens if that first start goes when he gets the jump?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Logan CV, Chili Bowl champion 2024. That's going to be so special for those guys.
Comes off his USAC National Midget Champion. What a way to kickstart the 2024 season for Logan CV as he salutes the Rowdies in turn 2. The crew over there in turn number 3. He's headed right toward their direction. And just like a year ago, it's a party with Swindell Speed Lab. Back-to-back Chili Bowl national titles to Logan CV.
Hey guys, back to back.
Hey, what's wrong? Get some water. Water burning? Yeah. You okay, Logan? You all right? Hey,
It's in water.
Sorry. You okay? You burning?
Yeah.
Where's you got a shoe?
Just covered in fuel.
Well, no, you were leaking badly on the track.
Good job, Logan.
Exhausted, if you remember.
Good job, man.
Battling illness.
Logan CV, a 2-time Chili Bowl champion. And Logan, the week you've had, battling illness here this week and absolutely exhausted. Did you think this was possible just 3 days ago? I mean, when you were mentioned you haven't eaten, you're not sleeping, trying to get over this sickness.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice. It's Chili Bowl, and you got to do what you can to perform. And man, just can't say enough about what these guys do for me and giving me cars that can come here and win the biggest races, the biggest race of the year. So yeah, felt a lot better today after last night. I got a little bit of sleep and was finally able to put some food down, which was, I knew all I needed was to get some food in me, and I felt great all day. So a little props to Gordy. He actually brought me some good stuff to eat that was going to be a little bit easier on me, and Gordy Gundaker, that is. So he really saved me yesterday, and man, just like I said, can't be happier to be here. This is the biggest race of my life, and now to win it twice is unbelievable.
To do it for Kevin and Jordan Swindell, who put this team together for one purpose. That made it together for one purpose, to win this race. How special is that?
Yeah, that's right. You know, we've only ran it a couple times, and won every time we've been over here. So that's awesome. You know, that's what he did. That's why he built this car, is to come here and win this race, and to be the one doing it for him is so much fun. And I just keep saying it. I have so much fun racing with him, and it's just so easy to work with, and just always has my back and believes in me. Even when I ran a bad race yesterday in my qualifier, he just kind of laughed and said, we can win from 7th, no big deal. And I felt the same way. And like I said, we're just on the same page, and you have to be on the same page to win these big races. So man, I could not be happier right now. This is unbelievable.
How big of a weight lifted off your shoulders was it early in the race? Buddy gets by you, and the yellow flag flies, and you get to press the reset button.
Yeah, that was obviously probably saved my whole race. I wasn't super. I knew we were going to get up quick, even after that first start where he got in front of me. I knew we had to get up quick, and even that one lap, it just slicked the bottom off enough for him to where I could get a little run through the middle on the start and go by him. And then I was working my way up. I could tell he had committed a little quicker than I did and got a big run and slid me. And yeah, I don't know. I really didn't think I was getting that one back. I don't know if it had to do with this transponder falling off or what it was. I did not think that one was coming back to me, and they put me back ahead of him. So just caught a huge break. It takes a couple of breaks sometimes to win these things, and that one was probably the winner for me. And then, man, that curb got really, really big, and I started stalling out in traffic, but I knew if I moved down too early, Buddy can pound it and probably make some hero laps when he needs to go around me. So I stayed up as long as I could, put a lap car or two between us, and then I kind of got down to protect, and I started having a little bit of fuel issues, and my throttle was kind of hanging up. I think it was leaning itself down, and I was just trying to not miss the bottom there. And man, I feel like, there was a couple spots last year in the race where I almost missed it and gave it to Tanner. But man, once you kind of get settled down and roll around the bottom, you can kind of peek at the screen. And I seen with 2 or 3 to go, he kind of made a little charge, and then I really focused in and tried to pick up my pace a little bit. But man, it's just so important to get up on the berm and grab that rubber. So hate that both of my wins here in the freaking rubber. I want to win this race, racing for it and ripping the top and racing hard. And man, yeah, I don't like rubber racing, but 2 of these, I'm not going to complain.
As I always say, the bank doesn't know, right? How tough is it to conserve that right rear, but also keep the pace high enough that it doesn't open a door for Buddy Kofoid there to make a move to potentially get to that top spot?
Yeah, I knew. I've raced these tires a lot, and I've raced in the rubber a few times, and I knew. I don't know when it took rubber closer to lap 30 this year, and 25 or 30 in the rubber is not gonna be enough to hurt these things. They're obviously a lot harder. We've been talking about it all week, and I wasn't too worried about conserving. Really just trying to make sure I could keep it gripped up and stuck, so I could keep my pace up. If his stuff was really good and he could get a little run. I was spinning a little bit, so I was a little nervous, honestly. I didn't feel super good down there. Similar to last year, I think we kind of planned for our car to get up there and pound the curb, and actually broke a pretty important shock adjuster that I could have used there at the end that we even talked about that I struggled with last year. I didn't get on it, and I went to grab it, and it actually broke. So kind of had to just settle in and not miss the bottom, and just focus on hitting the line rather than trying to make my car better.
Logan Seavey, 2-time Chili Bowl champion. How's that sound?
Unbelievable, man. This is like I keep saying, this is the coolest race in the world. Thank you guys for coming out. Wouldn't be cool if this place wasn't packed and the fans weren't going crazy. So, man, keep coming back. Bring your friends. Bring everybody you know. And, man, 2-time, come back again and try again.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Blake.
How about it for Logan Seavey?
Bring it up here.
Yeah.
A little bit. That's right.
Something for the champ that's probably not water.
This thing's too long. We got to get something going.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to our Chili Bowl championship tonight.
Yeah, first of all, I feel way better today than I did really all week. So that was obviously the goal was to get going better for today, and you got to for 55 laps. But overall, the track was a lot less physical tonight than I thought it was last night. We were hustling pretty hard last night, and then obviously we caught rubber about halfway. And yeah, you just kind of watch lappers, and you kind of have to judge, not only their speed, but how well are you hitting the top. I went by Briscoe, and then I really made a few mistakes, and he went back by me, and then I kind of paced with him, and I knew like if I got down and Buddy ran good laps, he would probably go around me. So I knew I couldn't get down yet, and had to just focus on getting a few more good ones out of the top before the bottom really cleaned up and gripped up. So it's so hard, right? If you move down too early, you got the best guys in the world right behind you, gonna go right by you. And if you move down too late, it's too late, and they go by you too. So yeah, it's a tough decision, but really, yeah, you're just watching lap cars. Luckily, this race there's 24 good cars, so if lap cars are staying even or driving away from you, you can get down and run that same pace, and hopefully that's all you need to keep Buddy behind you. But yeah, I was just focused on not getting down too early, because I knew there was still speed in the top when I did move down, but it was just getting so tricky. You would have had to really, really run some good ones.
Second driller for you, sixth for Kevin. How does this feel?
Awesome. I said earlier, I really wish, I hate that both of them came into rubber. I really like to win races, racing for them and racing the racetrack and not just getting down and running around the berm. But, in a few years, people will forget about it and they'll see my name on the banner, and I still have two drillers and the trophy case for a long time. So, no complaints, obviously. I mean, this is the coolest race that I get to participate in, and I think one of the coolest races in the world. So to win it once is a dream come true. But it seems to happen a lot in this building. People get on runs, they find something, they get confidence, and they win some races here. So just focused on keeping it going.
Brandon? Logan, you said you were feeling better, but after the race we saw you dumping some water on your foot. What was going on there?
I think we cracked a fuel fitting or something early in the race, and I was getting fuel on my feet all race. Yeah, I was dumping some water down, or not water, some fuel down behind me. But my foot was soaked, which isn't ideal, right? Methanol's not great for you, but you're not going to pull off at the Chili Bowl. The cautions were killing me. The thing was trying to die under yellow, so I was having to just kind of run a little rough. But once we got going, it was fine. It was more on the low speed end of the fuel settings. But it didn't affect much while we were racing. But not comfortable feeling knowing you got fuel on your feet. That's not an ideal situation when you're driving combustion engines.
He's got another driller in hand. He's got a nice drink. You got that before the press conference, because those things get a little long, especially when you have to talk about a rubber down racetrack, right? But you do have a second driller, and it feels good, man.
Yeah, it feels unbelievable. This is the biggest race in the world for me, and I know this means the most to Kevin and Jordan, and that's what's cool to me, to race with people that want to win these races, and come to this building is unlike anything else. There's 370 guys that want this thing, and to be the guy leaving with it now twice is, like I said, it's undescribable.
Let's let you hold this second one, because this guy's arm's gonna get hurt here. Look, he's got two now, back to back. How do you put into words your life? Just USAC championship, complete domination, right? You swept the 4 crown. You've won both of these. I mean, you're on cloud 9 right now. Yeah, I mean, a year ago from today, I didn't have any drillers. I, hadn't really won much in a long time, and then now to have the year we've had, to get my second driller, to win all the races we won this year, a couple championships in 1 year, 4 crown, like you said, the mile and Macon on the same day. There's so many big wins that have come since winning that first driller, and now to win a second one is, like I said, I keep saying, it's just so hard to describe what it means to me. And you just hope that another season like I had last year comes along with it, right? This is kind of what propelled me into my season, into knowing, that we can win these races. And I think there was a kicker in football recently that as he was practicing to make a pretty big kick, he just kept saying, I was born for this, I was born for this, I was born for this. And that's kind of what you got to tell yourself when you're in big positions and positions with high pressure. You've got to be born to win these kinds of races, and you've got to have that mentality in you that there's no one else in the building that can beat you, and there's nothing you can do wrong to lose these races, right? You have to know you're doing everything right, and you have to be confident in every decision you make. Savor every sip.
Yeah, absolutely, we will. I'll see you guys later.